Hello everyone, and welcome to TWOW Split the Room 1B. Just like before, watch the sign up video and 1A if you haven't already. Alright, before we begin, let's take a moment to appreciate all this fan art you lovely people of the TWOW Split the Room server made. For consistency's sake, please submit all future fan art in the fan art channel. It'll just be way more convenient that way. So, in the last episode, you viewers voted on the 200 responses to the prompt, "In a world of chaos and anarchy, you must make the choice. Will you become a superhero's loyal sidekick or a supervillain's trusted henchman?" In total, 95 voters cast 194 votes, 58 red votes, and 136 blue votes. Special thanks to our red super voters, KinderCat, Skaboey123, and the Big Four. Special thanks to our blue super voters, Connor the Gamer, Monochrome, Nobody That You Know LOL, Northeast Benefactor, PJ, and Quindex. And a super special thanks to our super voters, Sari Series, Convex Projects, Coolberry, Crazy Blues, Ixers, Liminar, Math Guy 37, Mazuat, Me T Pickle, Naily BFDI, Ref 32 Locked Out, and Sikto Abu. These guys voted on every response. That's right, each and every response on the red and blue sides. Thanks to voters like you, every response got an average of 23.53 votes, with the red side getting 21.53 on average, and the blue side getting 24.72 on average. The lowest amount of votes a response got was 17, and the highest was 31. So, enough suspense, let's find out who won this round on each side. Unless otherwise stated, we will always start with the red side. Out of the 75 super sidekicks, the winner's response got a score of 85.10%, with a standard deviation of 23%. And this response was Weatherman's Sidekick, my superpower, seeing the future with 7-day forecasts. I like how this response plays off the superhero naming trope with Weatherman fitting right in alongside other icons such as Spider-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man. I could go on. Turning a mundane job into a superpower is also a really clever idea. So, who wrote this response? Well, ironically, it was the man with a red-colored Buxona, Mazuet! Congrats on being the first red side winner of TWOW Split the Room! And the first to win a double response prize, too. So, alongside this weather watcher, who else will be getting the double response prize? Second place is Built in a Day with a score of 82.97%. They uttered quite the response, with a rather odd setup resulting in a funny pun. You certainly ain't no coward! And in third is Liminar, with a score of 81.79%, who, with the power of wordplay, added catchphrases to their arsenal of traps to stop villains. Moving along, our 4 other lucky double response prize winners include 16 August 2014, the Big Four, Kohockey, and Barbarian Gamer. And to round off our red top 10, Rex Knight, Ref 32, and Quindex. Congratulations! You guys make up the top 13 of all red responders. But what about the 65 other people who responded to the red side? Well, before I could confirm or deny your safety in the game, we just have to see our top 10 blue responders first. Out of the 125 heinous henchmen, the winner's response got a score of 86.14%, with a standard deviation of 14.85%. And this response was Henchman. Faulty death lasers prove ideal for impromptu suntanning sessions. Oh, yeah, because exposing your skin to lethal lasers will definitely get you all the ladies. Okay, seriously though, quite the creative idea to take an aspect of working as a henchman to benefit yourself unexpectedly. And of course, this response was written by none other than 18 August 2014. Congrats on being the first blue side round winner of TWOW Split the Room. And technically speaking, your score beats the former's, so you're also technically this round's first double response prize receiver.
Not trying to undermine anyone's work, obviously. Both of you submitted amazing responses.
While this spontaneous and possibly combustible suntanning session happens, let's move over to our second place, Violet Noversina, with a score of 81.13%. They talked about assisting their scaly ruler with spicy food. You know, a dragon as a villain you're assisting definitely wasn't my first choice. And rounding off the top 3 is Almighty Animate, with a score of 81.02%. Who thinks this highly serious henshin position is some kind of popularity contest? Hashtag not my TWOWer. The rest of our prizers include, but are not limited to, Ixers, Dilo the Noob, Q Uni, Notarok, Voy, Cherux, and X_Rai. Congratulations! Placing top 10 out of 125 definitely isn't anything to scoff about. Very impressive indeed. Now that we've seen our top 10 on both sides, it's about time we show the rest of the leaderboards. I'd like to quickly mention that keen-eyed viewer Orange Carry noticed a mistake in 1A with the amount of people I stated would be eliminated on the red side. Just, ignore that, because you need to land in the top 60 to guarantee safety onto the next round of TWOW Split the Room. Will you survive? Let's find out! If your name doesn't show up after this screen is revealed, you're out. Unfortunately, these 15 in the danger zone will now be exiting the room so shortly after arriving. This marks the last you'll ever hear of their responses, and you will truly be missed. However, the carnage just doesn't end there. We still gotta see the rest of the blue leaderboard. You need to land in the top 100 to guarantee safety into the next round of TWOW Split the Room. Will you survive? Let's find out! If your name doesn't show up after the screen is revealed, you're out. Once again, these 25 have suffered the fate no TWOWer ever wants to face. You may be feeling blue, but I still appreciate each and every one of your participations in the game. Stats time! Smegma Ballcrust wrote the most controversial response on the red side, meaning the one with the highest standard deviation, meaning it was the hardest to agree a placement upon, while Sadal Yul G had the most controversial response on the blue side, the latter being the most controversial of the two. And on the complete opposite end of things, NG64 wrote the least controversial response on the red side, meaning the one with the lowest standard deviation, meaning it was the easiest to agree a placement upon, while Antithes had the least controversial response on the blue side, and once again, the latter being the least controversial of the two. Only 4 responses went over 10 words, with the longest at, 75 words. You know, I think that just goes like a teensy-weensy bit over the word limit. Anyways, I'd also like to point out, this response had an emoji in it. While it doesn't show up on the voting screens, it is still prevalent on the sheets. And, as word count is determined by spaces, it was marked with an X. Sorry, I would tell U4 not to make the same mistake again, but I think it's a little too late for that now, isn't it? And how about the AI? Did any of them get out this round? Well, no. All 4 AIs are still in the running. To the 160 of you still in, you'd better watch out. Can't let these AI bots get too far ahead. Here are the updated contestant grids. If your Buxona has an X over it, you've been eliminated and can no longer participate in future rounds. To the 160 of you still in, it's time for TWOW Split the Room Round 2. And your second prompt is, a color has mysteriously gone missing from the world, making it vanish completely. Which color is gone and what changes as a result? The red side can only pick warm colors, while the blue side can only pick cool colors. Stuck on where to start? An example of a response to the prompt for the red side might be, without eye-catching red, stop signs become mere suggestion signs instead. And an example of a response to the prompt for the blue side might be, blue disappeared. Blueberry muffins now face an unexpected identity crisis. Respond to this prompt using the new Google form linked in the description below. Be sure to fill out all the required sections and be sure to submit your username and password exactly the same as you did on the sign-up form. Check the sign-up form in case you've forgotten. The deadline to submit is 5 days after this video is released / the date on screen right now. This round will be much stricter on late submissions, so don't forget to respond. That wraps up this episode. Shortly, you'll see the overall leaderboard along with uninterrupted red and blue leaderboards. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in TWOW Split the Room 2A. Also, real quick, current Split the Rumor, which is what I'm going to call you guys now. Coolberry, he made a really cool intro type thing for Split the Room, and it'll be played at the end after all the leaderboards. Okay, thanks, bye.